What if I told you that the biggest thing that can destroy a successful company is not failure, but greed? This is not just a story about business. It's a story about ambition, pressure, and the moment wanting more turns into losing everything. There was a time when this company had nothing. Just one man, one small room, and one big dream. No money, no connections, just belief and hard work. And slowly, step by step, it grew. From nothing to something powerful. From struggle to success. But then, something changed. Not outside the company, but inside the man who built it. The hunger that once pushed him forward became the greed that pulled everything down. This is the story of ApexRise, the company that had everything and still lost it all. Watch closely, because this story might be closer to real life than you think. The company that lost everything, a simple story about greed. John started his company in a very small room. There was no air conditioning, no fancy chairs, just a wooden table, one old laptop, and a big dream. The company was called ApexRise. In the beginning, things were not easy. John would wake up early every morning, sometimes without eating, and go out looking for clients. Many people rejected him. Some didn't even allow him to finish talking. But John didn't give up. Slowly, one customer came, then another one, then 3, then 10. Things started getting better. The good days. After some time, John was able to rent a small office. He hired 2 workers, then 5, then 10. They worked like a family. Sometimes they stayed late in the office, laughing, sharing ideas, eating together. They believed in the company. John always told them, "We are not just here to make money. We are here to build something that matters." And everyone believed him. The company kept growing. Money started coming in. People started noticing them. John bought a better office. He got a car. Life improved. Everything was going well. Where things changed. One day, John attended a business meeting in a big hotel. There, he met very rich business owners. These were men who owned multiple companies. They talked about millions like it was nothing. John sat quietly and listened. But inside him, something started changing. On his way home that night, he kept thinking, "Why am I still small? Why don't I have what these people have? Why can't I be bigger than all of them?" That was the beginning of his problem. The new John. When John returned to the office, he was not the same person anymore. Before, he cared about people. Now, he only cared about growth. He called a meeting and told his team, "We need to expand fast. No more slow growth. We must become the biggest." At first, the workers were excited, but they didn't know what was coming. Pressure begins. John started giving too much work. Deadlines became too short. There was no more time to rest. No more time to think. No more time to laugh. People started getting tired. Mistakes started happening. But John didn't listen. Whenever someone complained, he would say, "If you can't handle it, you can leave." The warning. One day, a man named Daniel came to John's office. Daniel had been there from the beginning. He was loyal. He believed in John. He said calmly, "Sir, this is too much. People are tired. We are losing the quality of our work. This is not how we started." John looked at him and said, "This is what success requires." Daniel shook his head. "No, sir, this is not success. This is greed." The room became quiet. John didn't like what he heard. "If you don't like it," he said, "you can go." Daniel didn't argue. He just nodded and left. That was the day John lost one of his best people. Things start falling apart. After Daniel left, others started leaving too. The office became quiet. Not peaceful, but empty. The people who remained were tired and unhappy. Work was being rushed. Mistakes increased. Customers started complaining. But John still pushed harder. More work. More clients. More money. He didn't slow down. The big opportunity. One day, a very big contract came. It was the biggest deal the company had ever seen. If they succeeded, they would make a lot of money. John was excited. "This is our chance," he said. He forced everyone to work day and night. No sleep. No rest. People were breaking down, but nobody spoke. They were afraid. The failure. Because everything was rushed. Because people were tired. Because there was no proper planning. They made a serious mistake. And that mistake destroyed the deal. The company lost the contract. They lost money. They lost trust. The collapse. After that, everything started going down. Clients stopped coming. Investors pulled out. There was no money to pay workers. John had to start laying people off. The same people who helped him build the company. He had to send them away. The office that was once full became almost empty. The realization. One evening, John sat alone in his office. No noise. No workers. No laughter. Just silence. He looked around slowly. This was the same place he once dreamed of. But now, it didn't feel like success. It felt like loss. That was when he finally understood. He didn't lose because business was bad. He lost because he became greedy. The lesson. Greed is dangerous. It doesn't start big. It starts small. Just a simple thought. I want more. But if you don't control it, it keeps growing until it destroys everything. What greed took from John? Greed took his good team, his peace of mind, his company's reputation, his happiness. And in the end, it took his success. Final message. There is nothing wrong with wanting to grow. There is nothing wrong with wanting success. But you must know when to stop. You must remember why you started. Because if more becomes the only thing you care about, you will lose what truly matters. Closing line. Don't be like John. Don't lose everything just because you wanted more.